Hello, Divine Feminine. I'm Auji, and welcome to this message. Again, this is not sign specific. This is a collective message. So, Divine Feminine, go ahead and tap in. All right. Um, Today I'm just going to be getting some energies. Let me see. Move this up here. Yeah, today I'm just going to be getting some energies for you, and we're just going to chat, see where you guys are. Okay, what energies do we have for the divine feminine? The divine feminine energy. Males, you can definitely watch this if you want to get to know your divine feminine energy a little bit more, or if you want to get to know the divine feminine in your life a little bit more, understand. So definitely, men are definitely welcome as well. Okay, so let's get into this energy. From the first reading, this divine feminine tap in. That's how you'll be able to find these videos, by the way. But from the first reading, we were talking about these knives and these swords that the divine feminine had with them, and they were. Each sword was a valuable lesson, and it was something that this person needed. There could have literally been like 10 people in your life that left wounds, left scars. Okay, what energy do we have for the divine feminine? What energy do we have? Messenger, bringing harmony to balance. So this is you bringing your divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy, yours and others outside of yourself, together to create some balance and harmony. So I do feel like divine feminine and divine masculine are getting to this place of balance, getting to this place of harmony, getting to this place of connection, reconciliation, things like that, truthful communications and all those things. And this has a lot to do with your own energy inside of you, understanding your own energy. For a lot of you guys, this had a lot to do with you understanding your hurts, understanding what those swords were and why those swords had to be there. Why did they have to hurt so bad? What type of attention was it trying to get with me? Why is this pattern? This is not only a pattern that I have, but this is a pattern that I see that happens in my family with a lot of us, right? We see these relationship patterns, and as much as we don't want to admit it, we may have these same things going on in our families. We may see our mothers, we may see our grandmothers, we may see our aunties, our cousins, our sisters go through the same things. And sometimes it's even bigger. It's in our friend groups, our friends. We're all dating the same type of people. So what is this big energy? What is this message? What are these things trying to tell us? And why am I brought here together with people who are on the same type of path with me? I feel like divine feminine, your energy, your lessons that you've been through, just individually, your lessons that you've been through, especially when it comes from you, I just hear identity. So for some of you guys, it's about you creating some type of identity. For some of you guys, these swords are coming because you have created an identity in something false. So which means is you brought somebody's other projection and you tried to dress up in it. You tried to wear the skin of somebody's else projection on you. I'm getting a lot of downloads from this messenger card. I feel like there's a big message for you. There's somebody who has a big message for you. I'm going to go into the book as well because I do love the meaning. And this is all about your feminine energy and bringing harmony, bringing balance to that, understanding it. Let's see, where is this? I swear I wish these cards was numbered. Okay, messenger. You're a part of the lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetimes to the upliftment of the planet and returning time and time again to see the light. The crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness back into life, to honor both the sacred feminine and masculine, to usher deep reverence back in. Many ascended masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius. Often appearing as a shade of blue, they hold the frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and feminine exist in harmony. to ensure greater balance, to help us see what we are all that we are all connected, and that the masculine and feminine energies exist within us all. You are being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and feminine, to be a garden of harmony and balance on earth. Think of the whales traveling around the globe, sharing love through their healing vibrational song. Their unique notes send balance and harmony to every corner of the planet. The rebalancing of the masculine and feminine is occurring worldwide, and it's a resurgence of the sacred within all of us, a returning of the sacred union within, a rekindling of heaven and earth. You can begin to bring harmony and balance by creating it in your own life. The ripples will flow from there. You can honor the balance and the sacred masculine and feminine energies within yourself and within others. So you are here, you are called for a bigger mission. This is not also, this is you. So I feel like for some of you guys, you could be that friend, or you could be the sister where it's like, okay, you have the perfect relationships, and if the relationship don't work with her, then we're not. So I want to know if some of you guys, just let me know in the comments if you guys have ever been in that relationship where people looked at and they put your relationship up as goals. If you ever had people look at your relationship and they put it up as a standard, they put it up as something, okay, I want something like that, so I need to learn from this person. I feel like for you, Divine Feminine, you coming into this thing, a lot of people, they put you up on some type of pedestal. So it's like with your hurt and the things that knocked you down and your Ten of Swords energy, you're not going to do with it what everybody else does. People can sit back and look at you in awe, because what you're about to do with your pain is about to heal everybody. That's some deep shit. It's like what you're about to do with your pain and the lessons that you've been through. How you're about to love, how you're about to create this union within yourself first. This creating the self-love, understanding your masculine and your feminine vibrations is about to heal everybody who's in contact, everybody who's watching, because people have been watching you. Okay? That's the energy that I'm getting. I'm getting that energy of, it's not just you out here. And for some of you guys, you know that. And for some of you guys, you don't. You just move in a graceful fashion where you just move in a fashion of grace where you're thinking about the other people. You're just a natural born light worker. You're naturally for the collective. Okay? These coping mechanisms, these addictions, loosen your grip. So, Divine Feminine, you could be coping with different things, coping with, I feel like for some of you guys, and this could be me, but for some of you, but for us, like when we get into our shadow work, our, getting into our self-love, sometimes it may look like diving into your addictions. And let me explain that. Sometimes you may go and treat yourself with a glass of wine more than you may not. You may treat yourself with a J, more than you do on the normal. But I do feel like this is definitely feeling for people who are coping with something. It's like where your divine masculine energy is, or where your divine feminine energy is, you're putting something in its place. You're putting something in its void. Okay? Trust where you're being led. It's also a time for you to let God in as well. So this is your higher self too. Your higher self wants a piece of the puzzle too. Your higher self is bringing you here. Codependency, Hadarian energy. So for some of you guys, it's been relationships. And for some of you guys, the real union is the union within yourself. You are Divine Feminine. You're trying to look outside of yourself for all of these unions, and the real union is within yourself. It's the union that you make with yourself. It's your Divine Feminine, your Divine Masculine energy actually intertwining and loving each other and getting along first before you go out there and try to find this Divine Masculine energy outside of yourself, and you're not in union and inside. So what you do attract is what you are in the inside, which it won't be in union because you're not in union. For a lot of you guys, you held a person that you loved like an addiction. You held on to a relationship. You held on to a bond. You held on to a unit. You held on to somebody as an addiction. It's because you only were able to see the light in that person. You were only seeing the light in that person. You didn't have any boundaries. You weren't able to see the shadow. So for some of you guys, your shadow is wrapped up in all of this as well. Your shadow might be down there with your masculine energy, or your shadow might be right here with your feminine energy, because your feminine energy may feel like it gets taken advantage every time it shines its light on it, every time it exposes itself. People take its nurturing and love, care, support for granted, or people take what you give them and then try to drain all of your juices out of you, right? When we show that love that we have, that unconditional love is so addicting, and it's so rare. People rarely show up in their empress energy. People rarely show up in that unconditional love, that support. So when it's seen, when it's radiated off of people, it's definitely noticed. It's noticed a mile away. So for some of you guys, you may feel like when you show up in that energy, when you show up in your feminine energy, that you get taken advantage of. Also, some of you guys may feel like when you show up in your masculine energy, you get like pushed to the side, like it's something. So I do feel like that there is a balance that needs to come here. And this could also be bloodline cleaning, like ending the soul contract. This is the karmic test, paying some type of karmic debt. And the karmic debt is within yourself. So these are like going against the societal norms, going against those things of being a separate entity. Because I do feel like somebody wanted to separate their feminine energy. Somebody had a wrong idea and thought that they were fully feminine and did not give any credit to the masculine holding shit together. So then what that looks like, and when that looks like in a relationship, is you are in a relationship and you're putting all your feminine energy in, and nobody's giving you credit for that. Nobody's giving you credit for your nurturing. It's making it seem like that your breathtaking, rare feminine energy is just mediocre. Like I can get that anywhere. When they know that they can't get that anywhere. You know that a person can't get your energy anywhere, but it's just a reflection of how you ignore your masculine energy. You got perspective at the bottom of the deck. I do want to read that out of the book before we hop into this tarot. Perspective, that has a lot to do with the feminine energy. The feminine energy is in darkness too. The feminine energy loves darkness. Perspective, it says, take a step back and look at the bigger picture of your life. Step away from the blinkered vision and reactive frame of mind of me against them. Change your perspective, shift your point of view, and zoom out, out, out. You are but a speck of dust in the universe. Yet we think everything revolves around us. We see the planet as ours to own and conquer, pillaging the land and setting ourselves up for eventual extinction. We build fences and walls and create invisible borders. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. It's time to wake up. A new perspective, urgently needed. We become so lost in our individual experience that we don't realize that most of the things that keep us awake at night are actually distractions. We're wasting our precious time and resources fighting each other when we should be coming together to heal what's been severed. This moment is a breath in the timeline of our life. This life is a fleeting moment in the tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash in the timeline of the known universe. And the known universe is a grain of sand in the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, to find common ground, to find deep compassion in your heart, to gain a greater perspective of humanity. In this fleeting moment in the timeline of your soul's existence, in the timeline of all that is, was, and ever will be. How are you being called to change your perspective? So I do see for some of you guys, there is a fight, and there has been a fight. There's been this man versus woman energy in society, all over social media, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you want to go. It's going to be heightened in the movies. It's like feminine energy, or there's been this call to show feminine energy where it's like, I don't need masculine, so I'm pushing it away. So which goes to this whole point of somebody thought that they was all feminine energy and they didn't need their masculine energy, which means is the lack of you showing you don't need this on the outside, you have not actually seen what masculine energy is. What masculine energy is. Why is masculine energy appreciated? For some people, we've gotten into a world where, and of course, I feel like women definitely, there are women who have been very undervalued and underappreciated. And that definitely needs to come to a point where we come up on the forefront and we start pushing, demanding our respect. However, it almost makes me feel like when they were saying, like, in order for a black person to feel like black power, that they were saying that that will automatically be racism. And it was black people saying, like, no, me being actually proud of who I am and my race, it has nothing to do, it's not downing nobody else's race. So I get to this point of me actually being proud of my feminine energy, demanding my respect to be a feminine being, thinking that I am amazing, does not automatically shades masculine energy. And what we're doing in this day and age is, in order for you to stand up for yourself, which I'm noticing, which is so annoying to me, because it just seems like this is the tone and everybody's thinking like it. It's like, it's almost like the executives is behind everybody, and it's like, this is what sells, so make sure you stay on this, make sure you say this. It's like, I can see through the veil. Like, I ripped the veil off this I seen this a long time ago. Okay, the veil's here, but it's like, in order for you to stand and embrace in your feminine energy, it's almost like you're telling you're telling masculine energy that it's bad and it's not needed and we don't want you here. It's time for this feminine energy. When in order for the feminine energy to actually strive and be at its best, it needs to be in balance with the masculine energy. So I feel like zoom out of this fight. For some of you guys, you could be zooming into this fight. You can be society is getting us to try to zoom into this fight and trying to make feminine energy think like we don't need masculine energy. We can build the world by ourselves, and this to masculine energy. My feminine energy gets it done, instead of understanding that things needs to be equal. There's a yin and a yang. It's not just a yang, or it's not just a yin. It's yin and yang. It's light and dark. One cannot survive without the other. Okay, I was watching this thing and it was like, men could be on the world by themselves. We don't need women. And I was like, this is just such a foolish dialogue to have, because that would not exist. It's like, who were here, the chicken or the egg first? Whether you want to believe it or not, you need me. And whether I want to believe it or not, I need you. But what we're not going to do is spew this false information, spew these lies, spew this fake news in the world, and think that this is going to be facts. So think that people who understand harmony and balance, and no, that's not just going to happen. It's going to be people here that understand the bigger picture and understand what society is trying to do. I don't understand what's the bigger picture behind it, what's the big game plan, but I noticed that this is definitely telling people wrong. I love standing in my feminine energy. I don't want to get to a place where you're looking at me like I'm a man, and I'm going and I'm seeing men. Like, when I go to places, I don't touch door handles, which I love, because we got this COVID flying around. I don't have to touch a door. And I don't know what I would do if the men would stop opening doors. Now, do I need a man to open my door? My arm is basically capable of opening my door, but I love sitting in my feminine energy. It's just like when I come from the grocery store. Could I take the pack of waters in my house? Yes, but I'd rather have a man do it for me. I'd rather stay in my feminine energy. I'm not competing with you. I'm not trying to show you that I'm just as strong as you, because I am, but I have different strengths and you have different strengths, and you appreciate my strengths and I appreciate your strengths, okay? I think I've been rapping, y'all, so let's go ahead and get into this tarot. I'm going into the Mystic Mondays. But yeah, it almost seems like society is trying to put a veil over our heads, trying to make it seem like, well, this one and then that one, for what? For us to get to a point where we realize, oh no, we needed each other. No, I think I'm going to stay ahead of the game and understand that, like, we need each other. Especially us. Us. Y'all know what I mean when I say us. Especially us. We don't got time to be doing this, okay? At all. So I do feel like that. I can't stand it. I can't stand the tone of everything. It's like women versus men, and men secretly hate women. And where I just like, where are these? First, I thought all of this was living in the internet. And then it started spilling over in real life. First, I was like, the internet is so crazy. Like, in the real world, it's not like that. Okay, what messages do we have for Divine Feminine? If any of this is resonating with you, go ahead and give this reading a big thumbs up. Y'all know I'm going to appreciate it. And I love y'all so much. Yes. Empress and the Knight of Pentacles coming out together. Empress and the Knight of Pentacles coming out together. Somebody's admiring your Empress energy. Somebody's admiring your Empress energy. Somebody's admiring your Empress energy. Somebody's admiring you when you're soft, you when you sit back. Just like I said, I love sitting back in my feminine energy. For some of you guys, it's been a long time coming. For some of you guys, you had to learn. Like, for some of you guys, you had to learn the perks of being a woman. The value of being feminine, of exuding your feminine energy, that being the forefront that comes out, just like masculine energy. Their masculine energy is the forefront. But somebody has definitely been admiring your feminine energy. I feel like somebody's watching you. Somebody's definitely thinking that you look good as well. Somebody could be watching you for a long, long time. All right. Somebody has looked at you in a different light. So this could be new. For some of you guys, you could have went through some type of transformation in your appearance, weight, body, hair, whatever it is. You could have changed your hair, changed your wardrobe, or just your energy, like self-love, getting balance within, bringing that balance in. Self-love, full unconditional self-love within radiates on the outside of us, and you start looking different. Like, you start having people saying, oh my God, you're just glowing, your skin's glowing, you're this, that, and the third, and you ain't do nothing. You just woke up like this, right? What else do we have? We got the Two of Swords here. I feel like there is a decision that needs to be made, Divine Feminine. There's a decision that needs to be made, and it's a hard decision. And so somebody's wanting you to make a choice. Okay, and this could be that conflict that's happening on the outside of us, where some of you guys resonate with this divine masculine energy. I'm feeling like somebody wants you to make a choice, and you're weighing your energy, you're weighing your options out with this Two of Swords. You're thinking everything through. Something is already hard, okay? Something is already appearing as the Ten of Wands. Although I feel like the balance that you're trying to create here, for some of you guys, trying to come on a common ground with somebody has been extremely hard. And it's masculine energy against feminine energy. And whoever's putting that energy at the forefront, the opposite of that energy is feeling left out. The opposite of that energy is being underappreciated, undervalued. And that's where that rift is coming in. You don't respect this feminine energy inside of you. So when I come to you in the flesh, you're not going to respect me. I'm not respecting this masculine energy inside of me. So when you come to me in the flesh, I'm not going to respect you. I'm going to want you to respect. I'm going to want you to pour in something in me that you don't have. You see where that goes? This person don't know how to pour into feminine energy because they've been neglecting theirs. You wouldn't know how to pour into a masculine energy because you have been neglecting yours. Also, feminine, I can see that your wall is up. You're guarded. What else do we have for Divine Feminine? Okay, so there is some type of new perspective. some new information comes in. All right. You got the Knight of Swords here, Four of Pentacles. So, okay, Four of Swords, the Princess of Swords. Somebody realizes that the reason why they're not making a choice, or the reason why something can't come together, something can't be one, or we can't become a full union, become one, is because there's some hurt there. And somebody realizes that that hurt is going to take time. So it's like taking time out to heal your wounds, giving the best thing. I remember Oprah said, I love this book. It's damn, I forgot it. Damn, is it All Paths Lead Home? No, it's not that. But Oprah says that the best thing that you can ever give yourself is time. Time to heal, time to be, time to grow, time to listen, time to rest. The best thing that you can give yourself is time. So somebody is realizing that the reason why I can't come into union with you is because I'm not in union with me. And the reason why I can't make a choice, or I can't fully be in union, and I feel like this choice is fully be one with you. Why I can't fully commit, fully submit, fully be in union with you the way you would want me to. And the reason why you can't be in union with me the way I would want you to is because of hurt. And that's going to take time to heal. And I'm taking my time out to heal it. For some of you guys, you're going to see you moving fast through this. It's going to feel like you're giving yourself time to heal. But this has been a long time coming for a lot of you guys. This energy is so needed for the universe that it's going to actually zip through you super fast. Super fast, although taking that time to heal is very, very important. Giving yourself time to heal. You got the Five of Pentacles. For some of you guys, these negative outlooks that you do have on relationships, whether these were in your family, we already talked about these patterns. So not only are you dating a certain type of person, but you see it in your family. You see your mom dated a certain type of person. Your grandmother could have dated a certain type of person. Your sisters date certain types of people. Your friends date certain types of people. So it's like, it almost could feel like, oh my gosh, it's doomed. We were just surrounded by these certain types of people. No, we're just surrounded by people who are wanting the other person to take accountability for some type of hurt. I hate to sound so harsh, but this is other people trying to take accountability. Somebody wants somebody else to take accountability for some type of hurt. But this is your growth. This is your ascension. You're realizing that some negative views, how you view love, is hurting you. I talked about this in my morning inspo on my channel. The way you're viewing love, be mindful, because your mind is so brilliant. So be mindful of what you view love, what do you think about your masculine energy? For some of you guys, there's a relationship with the men in your family. How did they exude? Did they show up? For some, I know for me, is I had to count on feminine energy for me. So for me, masculine energy can't be counted on. Masculine energy is never there. Masculine energy is not consistent. So I could get this idea in my head that my masculine energy is not consistent. So I'm going to stay in my feminine energy because it's not consistent enough for me. For some of you guys, there has not been enough masculine energy that you don't even know. You're so out of touch with it because you haven't seen it. How many people grew up in women-based, like the women are in numbers, women-based families where it's women. It's women that come together and make things happen. It's women that are putting their heads together and making solutions. And the masculine energy is just sitting around being lazy, just eating and drinking beer. And so then you look at that masculine energy as, I don't need it. What do I need this for? The people who get things done is the feminine energy. So you're thinking about this feminine energy that gets things done, and you're leaving your masculine to the side. And then vice versa for the masculine men that's here. For the men that's here. There's just been a big there's been a lot of neglecting our divine feminine, divine masculine energy, our inner unions, the lovers within. The lovers get to each other by going through this darkness that people go through. People don't talk about it, but it's a It's a darkness that you go through that changes your ideas on love and relationships. And it's there for me. It's there for a reason. It's there to cut things. Some things are there so you can go through a death and rebirth and be reborn again to a new person. There's old things. There's a lot of old things that has to die first in order for something to grow. Definitely these negative thoughts. What other messages do we have for Divine Feminine? Okay, you got the 3 of Cups with the 7 of Cups adding up to the 10. Adding up to the 10 of Cups. There is, I feel like this is basically saying there's strength in numbers. For some of you guys, and I feel like that shadow has to come along for the road. For some of you guys, the options and the gifts that come to you once you come in union with your feminine energy, your feminine and your masculine energy come together, and you understand the importance of that. You understand where your masculine energy shines, and you let that energy shines. And then you understand in the areas of your life where your feminine energy shines, and you let that energy shine. And you appreciate that energy. You'll be able to appreciate it when you come in contact with it. You'll be able to appreciate it when it comes in contact with you in the flesh. When you see it coming to you in the flesh. No, you won't feel intimidated by it. No, you won't feel like you have something to prove. Like it's a pissing contest. Like, okay, you showed up in your masculine. Well, I'm here in my feminine. No, this is you getting this is. There's a union that brings gifts when this union is bonded together. The only way that these gifts come, the only way that these endless possibilities come is when you are in union together in your own self. So for some of you guys, you're wanting a happiness outside of yourself that starts within. You're wanting a bond outside of yourself that starts within. Look, that's the death. Didn't I say to come in union? That's the rebirth. That's the rebirth. And the thing about it, Divine Feminine, is once you go through this rebirth, nothing's going to look the same. Nothing's going to be the same. Nothing's going to feel the same because you've never been in union with yourself like this quite before. You've never been in union with it. You've always judged this one. You've always didn't listen to this side of yourself. You always viewed this energy. For some of you guys, it's the way you view the masculine energy. What other messages do we have for Divine Feminine? Chaos. Let's talk about the chaos. Let's talk about the chaos here. Let's talk about being done with the chaos. The chaos in the mind. The unstable feelings. The insecurity, the negativity, the darkness. Let's talk about being done with that. Let's talk about the World card, being done, stepping into a new chapter. Let's talk about quieting some type of mindset. For some of you guys, this is a dark night of the soul. You're going through this dark night of the soul, and you're getting through the chaos to the abundance. It's through the chaos you go to the abundance because there are some things that are going to come up. Like I said, I feel like your shadow is wrapped up in this. For some of you guys, it's your inner child that's wrapped up. It's a third entity. It's your divine feminine energy, your divine masculine energy, and either your shadow, your inner child. Okay? It's either your shadow or your inner child that's here, or your higher self that's here. But I feel like your higher self is coming through everywhere. But I feel like it's strong emphasis on your inner child or your shadow that's connected to this as well. Something happened that you suppressed. It could even happen in a childhood, but something happened that you suppressed and that you did not allow yourself to feel. So that made you not give understanding, light, forgiveness, love, breath to a situation inside of you. You don't know that you have control of this chaos. And you don't know that you're just putting this chaos together and you're creating this chaos into an actual gift. You're creating this chaos into your abundance, into the things that you want, to your ultimate happiness. You're transforming. You're becoming the alchemist right now. What else do we have for Divine Feminine? And let's get another one. Knight of Swords. Like I said, something is definitely going to happen fast. You got this Knight of Swords approving themselves. Somebody is coming to prove themselves. This could definitely be masculine energy. But I feel like this is the connection. When you get out of this chaos, or being an alchemist with this chaos, what's light, what's dark, both sides of the story, loving yourself whole through it, zooming out of some type of perspective, getting out of conflict and understanding that the solution is within. This makes you so magnetic. Like the magnetic with these things, your manifestations, the things that you want is going to attract to you, especially when it comes to union and bringing things together. Because the first card was the messenger. The messenger card is for you to come in harmony with things outside of yourself and within. But the first one starts within. Let's see what's at the top of this deck here. We got the weight of the world. It's not yours to carry. Then we talk about the society bringing us to this point of making the masculine and the feminine energy beef with each other. Fake news. The media is giving you fake news. It's not true. It's not real. It's not going to put you in a feeling of pure union. Your masculine energy is to be celebrated inside of you, so it's to be celebrated outside of you, and that's end of the story. Your masculine energy in the inside deserves your unconditional self-love inside of you. And for some of you guys, we put in so much pressure on the masculine that you cannot appreciate and see and honor your masculine energy because you're waiting to see what it's built, because you put a value. You've put that my masculine energy deserves love depending on what it does, depending on what it could bring, depending on what it has. What has it made? If it has not made anything, I'm not showing it. Okay? I'm not even gonna go all the way in. I'm not even gonna go all the way in. I'm not gonna go all the way in. Some of you guys have put a value, put a bounty on his head. That's the only reason why. That's the only way I'm gonna show this masculine energy some love. Because what did it bring? What does it have? What could it give me? How could it assist me? It's that energy. Who would want to be in union with a person who treats them like that? And then in Divine Feminine's defense, that's how Divine Feminine felt. You got to think about it. There was a time when Divine Masculine ruled, and it did not quite honor, respect its feminine energy. You got people to this day that they would deny that they have any feminine energy in them at all. So Divine Feminine is like, what could you do for me now? Now how the tables have turned. But what do you do with that? Do you stay in this energy? Or do you get your 10 of Cups? Do you get the love that you truly want? Or do you stay in chaos? In a pissing contest? Okay. Let me get one more card to take us out. Please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you like this reader. I'm going to be doing this every week, so make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like these, okay? What is the closing message for Divine Feminine? What's the closing message for Divine Feminine? Your 10 of Pentacles. I say get your 10. Get your 10. Get your 10. This is financial security for yourself and your family. This is peace and contentment in life. This is pride in your family tree, and this is you passing on the knowledge, you being the messenger. Get your 10, and then you went through it, so now you can make sure your bloodline gets their 10. But I feel like divine feminine, you're getting your 10. No more being bamboozled by some type of fake news that's around here. Okay, you're definitely getting your 10. And what does this 10 comes at the 2 of cups is at the top of the deck. That is being in 100% union, but first being in union with yourself first, so you can be in union when it presents itself to you in flesh. I hope some divine masculine is here, because this is message for both. Both people are neglecting those sides of themselves. So in order to get in union, and I'll just leave you with this. The men who attract a lot of women are the men who are in touch with their feminine side. They understand women. They know how women think. They do this. And then also those can be master manipulators, because they understand how women think. In order to manipulate something, you have to understand it. So I would say for some of you guys, you haven't even take time to understand it. Okay? So I'm going to leave you guys here with that. The real union is the union within, and then you can get it on the outside of yourself. But it's not in telling this person why you don't need it, because that's a reflection on inside of why you're telling yourself that you don't need your masculine energy. Or it may even be your feminine energy. For some of you guys, you may be puffing your chest up to your masculine energy because you got your masculine energy too. And then you still telling your feminine energy, we don't need you. We don't need you to come out here. Masculine energy gives me more respect. So just change it in whatever way. But both things need to come in harmony. Okay? All right, so this is the message that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up, and make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next.